And this is Jimmy Perry here with the PowerPlay podcast, hosted on powerlifting.website, your go-to resource for all strength training related things. Um, so the next few, episodes, the upcoming episodes are all going to be like redos. Not redos, but I want to go back over some of the content I put out because it wasn't. While at the time I thought no one knows anything. No one knows everything. And no one knows anything really. And at the time, I thought I knew something when I put the content on. I thought it was thorough, but it turns out it could be a lot better. So this post is: Do planks make your stomach bigger? And yeah, they can. It depends. They can have a negative effect on your gut size, depending on meaning that they can make your stomach look bigger. It so um, According to certain individuals, Athlete X was one of them. Distinction of your gut tends to happen or will happen, for lack of a more concise term, if when you take a deep breath while you perform a certain movement, which is the plank, while you perform a movement. I included a video to the guys to Athlete X's content. I personally think. I guess for an ignorant individual, the guy knows a lot. Now everyone's still learning. I guess if I was, some of the stuff he says doesn't make sense, but this one, the plank one, if it makes sense. Of course, there's things about the body you're still figuring out, but if it makes sense and it works for me. It's worked for me. Like the back, it's like it. What he's talking about falls in line with the vacuuming pose bodybuilders do. Bodybuilders do the vacuuming to get a flat gut and to get all those lines and help with conditioning and stuff like that. From what I know. So what he's talking about is inhaling while you're doing certain movements or plank instead of just reversing your breathing pattern. So instead of exhaling while you know, exhaling before you start the plank, exhale after you start the plank. Exhale after exhale. Let out when you start the plank, and then take tiny breaths in while you're doing the plank. That got really close. So next, so why do planks make your stomach bigger? Well, breathing plays, like I just said, it plays a large role. Like if you're breathing out, your stomach breathing out and holding it, because you got to hold the plank. Your stomach gets used to being in that position, the distended position. So then you get used, and then your abs they start to form in that way. Like powerlifters, they don't really care. Strongmen, they don't really care. But bodybuilders, they pay attention to that. I haven't seen a strongman or a bodybuilder or powerlifter except for Larry Wills. I've seen actually a lot of them with nice looking guts, but we don't care about the way the gut looks as long as it's strong enough. So we don't care about the obliques. We have overdeveloped obliques, overdeveloped abs, not very vascular because we do because we behave like that or because we do movements like that. I gotta get better at being on the camera. So next, how to avoid getting a bigger gut. Hopefully that answer. It was pretty straightforward to me. You're bracing your core when it's already extended, and if you're doing that, anything you do, you are what you do and eat. So if you're constantly bracing your stomach when it's extended, then of course your stomach's gonna get used to being extended, and then you're gonna look like that all the time, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but hey. So how to avoid getting a bigger gut? Well, change your breathing for one. Like I was saying, change the tempo, switch it up, reverse it. Instead of breathing out when you're doing the movement, breathing out when you start the movement, breathe out after you brace or before you brace, and then take smaller breaths in. I'm gonna link out to his video so you can see what he's talking about. And then watch your calories, obviously, because a large portion of ab size is fat. So you gotta watch what you eat. If you're eating constantly eating fatty foods, and you're doing this little trick with the vacuuming trick, and then you call yourself trying to get a small stomach, well, you're going against what you should be doing, because you're saying you want to do one thing, and then you're doing something that goes against it directly goes against what you said you were going to do. So, and then it's not, like I said, it's not about the size of your abdominals. about the amount of fat on the muscle. So you need to burn some muscle or burn some fat and then get rid or gain some muscle and recomposition in your body to get muscle. I know I should be in the gym right now, but I'm not. It takes getting rid of 3,500 calories for every individual pound one wants to lose weight. Is a fun fact. So just so you know, you gotta lose 3,500 pounds for every 1 pound to lose weight. So something you need to know when you start like actually trying to get abs. Next is fix your posture. If you don't want your stomach to poke out, one thing you could do right now is fix your posture. So when your spine is in alignment and your shoulders are broad and smooth and have a small arch in your back, a natural arch in your back, your posture is correct. If there's a little fat in your stomach and you want to have a stomach, that sticks out when you fix your posture. Then we have the benefits of doing planks. I mean, like I said, they can also help improve posture. They can fix your back pain. That helped me because I've been hurting a lot because I was doing deadlifts, and yeah, like planks like holds, concave holds. I think some gymnasts do like the hold. I don't know the name of them, but I know what to do. Like hold, they focus on the lower back. They're a very heavy lower back dominant, so a heavy lower. They rely heavily on the lower back, so I think I found that doing them gets me used to doing them, and then it's also strengthening my lower back, so I can get used to having a bad back. Next, they work the entire body. They don't work the entire body, but they work the majority of the body, like the deadlift. So they work the traps, rhomboids, triceps, lats, glutes, hamstrings, shoulders, core, and inside the core they work the transverses, abdominis, rectus abdominis, external obliques, internal obliques, and they work the quads. They make sure those muscles are taut. You're not going to gain muscle up doing these, not in the quads or the hamstring. And then your shoulders will become more stable because you're pressing through the floor with your arms. I mean, although you're not using your triceps really, you will be like sitting on your shoulders or standing on your or like holding that movement on your shoulders for a long time. So of course your shoulders are gonna get strong. So yeah. Thank you, and more videos to come. I had to fix this stuff because that was bad. Like what I put out, I looked at it and I'm like, whoa, this needs to be fixed.